Right, hello guys. How are you doing? I'm just waiting for my colleague, Brilliant Pongo, to join me. Should you say my face? Just trying this out. Um, okay, I'm waiting for Mr. Pongo to join me. We're just gonna have a little discussion, and then we'll open it up to the floor. Mr. Pongo, I'm waiting for you. Yeah. Hey, McDonald Gomo, did you say, hey, I say, Lance, hey, I'm fine, guys. I'm fine. So we're going to have a little discussion about a few different things that have happened today. We've all seen the nasty video of Jah Prayzah being pelted with stones at the funeral of Chris Nyemba. So we're going to be getting your thoughts on that. Horrible incident at a funeral. We're also going to be talking about, whether elections in 2018 are going to be free and fair. But really, hatina kana any particular bias. Yatina, if you want to be talking about Dynamos, Highlanders, Caps United, we just decided today, Kutiti, I don't know, just to talk about stuff that's happening. But obviously, I was touched by what I saw today with reference to the Jah Prayzah thing. And I just want us to talk about this, Kuti. What is it that causes us to disrespect such a prominent musician, to have a situation where he's actually treated in such a humiliating manner? I'm hearing all sorts of theories when he didn't contribute as much as people wanted him to contribute, or he didn't contribute at all. I don't know. But, I don't know kuti munhu angaitirwa budget yake here. I mean, is he forced to donate to the funeral? That is it. So I'm going to start with Mr. Brilliant Pongo. I'm waiting for you, Bilan Sukuona. But if you want me to add you to this discussion, just let me know. I'm going to add up, and then we talk. But yeah, let me see if I can add Mr. Pongo here. Right. Here we go. Okay, we'll have to wait for Mr. Pongo to join us. But yeah, let me invite a few people that I know would like to talk about this shocking development in Zimbabwe. Chinokonzera kuti vanhu vaende down to that level, assaulting a prominent artist. Was it planned? Was it spontaneous? What caused that? Okay. Right, so I've invited my first guest. I'm waiting for him to join us. Mr. Pongo, Rovai Chopas, Baba. Right, let's see. Gift Mawire Makakuza Lamek Nasi Vakuyenderera. Okay. Okay. So are we now blaming Lamek for this gift, Mawire? We'll obviously invite you to join us, and we discuss this. I'm just waiting for Brilliant Pongo to join us. Yeah, Anzi Mai Tanaka Nakundai. Yeah, not only are we disrespecting a prominent artist, but we are disrespecting the dead. That's quite true. Sylvia Lorraine Parsons. It's disrespect to the dead as well. Yeah. Hebet Mawojgo. Nice to see you after a long time, bro. Lance. Same here. Mbiri Maundura Pakaipa. I know. Yes, Brilliant Pongo. We're waiting for you, Baba. Okay. An invitation to our first guest to talk about this. Okay, Mr. Pongo, how are you doing?
I am fine. I'm doing well. How are you?
Yes, I was looking for my flag. I couldn't find it. So I'm a bit
Maybe.
jealous that you've got your flag at the back there and in Indatata.
Aiwa, rauda rorinaita werorine hande.
Okay. So, first discussion, Jah Prayzah, zvaitika nhasi.
Right.
Now, you spoke to someone who was at the funeral.
Yes.
And you have something to share with our viewers, Mr. Pongo. Let's start with that. Zvizvowanzwa iwewe chakonzera zvaitika nhasi.
Apparently, Zhirunzi, what happened at the funeral was that the people that were at this funeral, what's his name again? Chris Nyemba. The family said that they had contacted Jah Prayzah. Kuti vati, can he assist with a few things that were needed per funeral gathering? And apparently Jah Prayzah did not respond to their requests. And then he shows up at the burial, I think. And then all hell broke loose because vanhu vangu vachiti ari kutsvaga panapa yanga asingadi kubatsira. But I have a problem with that. In that Chris Nyemba, the deceased, yes, worked for Jah Prayzah or worked with Jah Prayzah up on up one day. But as we really put Chris is Jah Prayzah's responsibility. I don't know how these guys arrive at this kuti Jah Prayzah should assist. It's a choice that he has to make. Remember kuti Chris uya asi mwana wa Jah Prayzah. Kana akashanda ashandira Jah Prayzah, it doesn't mean Jah Prayzah is the one responsible for setting up funeral policy or whatever it is, a burial society, kunojoinisa burial society. Kana Chris wacho akatadza kujoin a burial society. I know a lot of people would take umbrage with this or take issue with this because they say you shouldn't speak ill of the dead. But kana akatadza kutora a funeral policy or to cover himself for such an event or such a thing like a death, then it doesn't become Jah Prayzah's problem. I don't know why people would take out their anger on him. If, for example, I worked for Neander Radio, and then something happens to me, if you're not obliged to assist in my burial, because you're paying me. It's my responsibility to put my own house in order. Why is it that Zimbabweans or those that were there in particular felt that Jah Prayzah had a responsibility here?
Okay, I think let's state quite clearly for the record. All of this is speculation. Munhu wataura naye iwewe angari ku funeral. So this is one version atiri kunzwa. We don't want to take it as fact kuti Jah Prayzah did not contribute or contributed.
But
we are speculating, and
even that said, whether even if we take it that he did not contribute anything, he's not supposed to. As this is
okay. Point taken. I've watched different clips Zanasi involving this assault on Jah Prayzah, and in one video, there's a guy arupa commentary. Throw in another version, and I've seen some of the contributions on Twitter, and there is a lot of superstition going around. People are talking all sorts of nonsense about Jah Prayzah amika mari on the back of kuchekeresa, all sorts of accusations that are being thrown. And I mean, it angered me, and I tweeted about this because I think we have a significant number in our population who are not believer in superstition, stupid things that I think grown-up people with a decent education should not be believing in. And the points I wanted to ask, wataura nemunhu anga ari kufuneral.
Yeah.
I found it hard to believe kuti zvaitika nhasi naJah Prayzah was spontaneous. That looked planned to me. And I think kuti vanhu we are just speculating, but I think there was a plan to humiliate Jah Prayzah.
Clearly, there was a plan to humiliate Jah Prayzah, and he might have even contributed, but maybe not to the liking of the people that were members of this family. Because this is the thing: there's a sense of entitlement. My biggest problem with this lot is that there's this air of entitlement that is there, that people assume or think that somebody has to do something for you all the time. I think Chataronoko, it might have been something that was already planned, right? Those things.
Okay, let me. We're gonna be inviting a lot of people to come and contribute. Obviously, things with my views and
yeah.
But there's a theory in that one already. Itori pa Twitter. Someone is suggesting this was done by G40 youths.
Yeah,
ZANU-PF youths who support the G40 faction. The insinuation there is that Jah Prayzah's 2 albums, Darawa Chauya and Kutonga Kwaro, are indirectly supporting Emmerson Mnangagwa. And we've reported prior to this threats being made against or at Jah Prayzah for his perceived support of Mnangagwa. These are accusations. So there's a suggestion now being thrown. Could this attack was actually by, well, I've seen the accusation made by Jones Msara on Twitter. It was the ZANU-PF's Shadrach Mashaya Mombe who organized and executed this humiliation of Jah Prayzah.
But
have you heard anything similar?
I've heard that, and I've seen a lot of this around today. Especially late afternoon, there was a lot of that. G40, this, G40 that. But I actually think your opening remarks, what you said at the beginning, do you know this is more ridiculous? The ZANU-PF G40 thing is more ridiculous in my view. In that, how then, these albums that you're talking about, it's a perceived support that Jah Prayzah supports Mnangagwa. That in itself is like crazy. It's silly. But you can never put anything past Team Zebs and PFs, because those guys can do anything, can think anything. And for some reason, some people try and gain mileage from doing certain things. Right now, if they said, okay, they've embarrassed Jah Prayzah, G40 has embarrassed Jah Prayzah, then what? Because I fail to see the what it is that they were trying to achieve here. If they were trying to embarrass him, embarrass Jah Prayzah, what does that do next? Then what?
Okay, so I think some might have attended the funeral. Saka, let's get, if you attended the funeral and you know what happened and you want to help shed some light on this, please let me know. I'll add you. There are a couple of people who want to be added, Billy. I want you to kuturambe uripo anditika.
No problem.
Please don't go. We'll get someone to join Vatipe their views, and then. But I want you to rambe uri pama terraces.
No. I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, super sub saga. Unenge chipoda uchimbozoka. Wazvinzwaka.
Aiwa, tine nyaya dzakawanda dzofana kutaurwa.
Okay, so let's get Malvin. Malvin, your thoughts on this? We're just talking about well, we're going to be talking about a lot of things, but Tumbotangania Jah Prayzah, shocking scenes from what is meant to be a funeral. No answer from Malvin. Okay, can I have someone else who wants to join? If there's someone who wants to join Teens Way, we are live. Let's see Gibson.
G40.
Adding Gibson.
G40 they get which keys?
Yeah.
G40 they get which keys?
No, there's a lot of speculation, Panapa. So we're not really sure what Shisha Konzeresa. A lot of theories are flying around. Okay, so Taura. I mean, vamwe kuti ana contributor, vamwe kuti G40, so many theories, but let's talk. We want to hear your views on this because I think this is shocking. I think personally, I think this is more to do with superstition, because pese panongofa hanzi pese panofa munhu hapashayike muroi, hapashayike muroi. Saka I think ndozvaitika. So inviting Gibson, okay. Internet dzevanhu dzinenge dzichiita. But anyway, let's hear some more from you, Mr. Bongo. You spoke to someone who was there. Saka, talk some more, Timbonzo.
Yeah, what I wanted to talk to you about is the issue that, you know, people in Zimbabwe and in Africa in general, and even everywhere in the world, we are superstitious people. People believe in all these superstitions. But then, what I really find offensive or offending is that people are suggesting, the ones that, especially the ones that are suggesting that Jah Prayzah achekeresa. The guy is already successful. The guy has already got to where he wants. Why would he be doing all this? And unochekeresa, if you really understand what that is, I mean, a lot of people are talking a lot of nonsense in saying kuchekeresa. If you understand how that works, you don't just chekeresa anybody. It has to be, you know, there's certain things, there's certain people that would fall into the category yekuchekereswa, not ngoti anyone kana neighbor kana ani kana munhu anga achikushandira. Those things are just rubbish. It's nonsense. So we need to get to the bottom of why it is that people are attacked and what sparked that, because chatiri kuona pa video, we just see people throwing stuff and Jah Prayzah being you know, rushed back to his car. And we don't know whether he made it out. We don't know whether he's injured. So those that are on the ground can give us that information, because there was a lot of chaos that was there. And the videos that have been shown are very short videos. And we don't really get to see how did this thing start. We just see the chaos and the commotion as Jah Prayzah rushes and tries to get away from the scene. But all this thing that has come around now, there's a lot of nonsense being put around. And I was just looking at a comment that was put there by Kuda, that this G40 thing is also dismissing that this G40 thing is a bit of nonsense, and it's fake news. So again,
okay, let me just read
personally, I think that the Mnangagwa faction in this case can take advantage of this and say G40 people did this. So what I don't like about this whole thing is that the two factions, the two ZANU-PF factions, seem to be taking anything and everything to fight and to drag Jah Prayzah's name into their own little battles is ridiculous.
Okay, let me add a few comments here. Jerry Mbiribiri, and from what has been said, Jah has no obligation to contribute. This was a mob reaction. I don't think it was planned. Jah works hard for his money.
True.
Shepherd Chuma, it's not Jah's responsibility. Piri James Gordon, and the Illuminati is fake. Gift Mawire, and I suspect G40. Gibson Marwa, G40 involved. Babata Natswa Jaulani, G40 Inyoka. Piri James Gordon, and how can there be a plan when they were not even sure that he would turn up? Jerry Mbiribiri, Chris's family had to carry the funeral of their beloved one. Antina Valentine Zinumwe, I blame, stop it. Piri James Gordon, they wouldn't do it at a funeral. Kanayanga iri ye G40. Juju Patina, vanhu vangwena vari kuti i-G40 maakusvipisa ma-youth as hanzi maakusvipisa ma-youth eZimbabwe imi ZANU-PF hamuizive. Zvikanzi naPiri James Gordon, they could have disrupted his shows. Kuda musasiwa, hanzi the G40 thing is fake news akoma. Kuda ka join. I'm gonna urge you, Kuda.
Kuda.
I wanna hear people who were there. Kuda Msasiwa, yes, Kuda, to join it later. I'm going to try and add Kuda. Please, if someone attended the funeral, let us know. We'll add you, Anditika. If you attended the funeral. Christina Shumbares Katsande. And this guy Chris was working as a bodyguard ku Dynamos. Vacharova Dynamos here. This guy had 2 jobs. Why Jah? Good question from Christina. And he was a security guard also for Dynamos. Saka Dynamos ya contribute here. That's a pertinent question. Okay, I tried to add a couple of guys.
Because kana wachirova vanhu vari kunzi havana contributor. Ngavatange nefamily, ngavatange izvezvi zvaari kutaura. The Dynamos people, who else did not contribute that needs to go and get attacked?
That's true, man. That's true. Kuda, we're trying to edge. Okay, Billy, let's try Marvin. Trying to edge.
Kuda there.
Let's see if it's gonna work. All right. Those who just joined us, we're discussing the whole issue at Jah Prayzah. No answer. Okay, guys, don't say Ed and then move a Matizaka. I don't know what's happening.
Kuda kuda. Kuda Msasi, you are the super sub. Where are you?
If I can. Kuda super sub. And the G40 thinks it owns the nation of Zimbabwe. Okay, let me read my comments here. Omega Mundori. The G40 thinks it owns the nation of Zimbabwe and thinks that Jah is a Lacoste. Maxwell Dube. Ndima Rhino ere. Ndima Rhino. And better talk to the family. Yes, we're gonna do that and find out who Chicha Netsa. Definitely we're gonna do that. Lungile Madzimure, Jah had a bad week. There have been other events prior to this. Yeah, man. Okay, let me see here. I'm inviting a couple of people that I think would, okay, Marvin, I try wena. Marvin, we're trying to aid you, Shamas, but niggas Rukuramba. Okay. I'm sending out a couple of invitations. Okay, so Mr. Pongo, Zimbabwe woman. I mean, in this day and age, to have people believing in things like Uchekeresa.
No.
I mean,
no,
educate me, my brother.
Let me tell you something on that. These things, you know, it's a matter of, it's not just believing. These things happen. So when you hear people saying Jagat, I'm not saying that this is
hold on. So you are actually saying these things
happen. And kuroya is a stupid thing. No, you can say it's a stupid thing, but so these things, these are things that have been happening for a long time. This is part of what makes us as a people in Zimbabwe. It's part and parcel of what we've been experiencing as our cultural practices and things that have been happening in our communities. From when we were growing up as kids, business dzinotokuudza kuti zvinhu zvakati zvinoitika zvakati tirogona kugadzirira kana kune maprofita ari kutoti tirogona kurapa zvakati nezvakati. All these things are not, you know, to someone that does not believe in these things that are spiritual and things that are of that nature, they'll look stupid and they'll think, well, anybody that reasons should never believe such things. But these things are real. They happen.
Okay. The first reaction in Daita when I watched that video, I couldn't believe people can do that. So let me not call him a national treasure because think it out with a hero worshipping. But I mean, Jah is someone who has been flying the Zimbabwean flag. And I can't see myself joining a group of people beating up Oliver Mtukudzi, Thomas Mafumo, Alec Macheso. Do you get what I mean? Would you find yourself, I mean, would you see that something like this happening to Oliver Mtukudzi, Thomas Mafumo?
Thomas
And when I
Mafumo,
saw
yes.
that happening to Jah, I was asking myself, where is the respect?
No. What you gotta do is the way you understand Jah Iwewega, and maybe the way I understand it, the way that people understand Thomas Mafumo and things like that, people would look at these things differently. But you should also look at this, that there are people that actually vanogona kuZimbabwe. Do you know a person like, maybe let's even go bigger than Jah? I'd hazard to say bigger than Jah. Look at somebody like Morgan Tsvangirai. If people can be made to go and even beat him up, even in his state now, but this is the state of affairs on the ground in Zimbabwe. People can be made to go and do stupid things.
So are you saying
they don't respect?
You've watched the videos?
Yeah.
You've watched the videos?
Yes.
What are your conclusions from watching those videos? Do you think it spontaneously? That's why my theory actually runs. We'd asked for my contributions from Jah, and then he wasn't able to help. And then tazoona munhu akuya, my bodyguards achiti hey vura, and people were saying that they were offended kuti arikuda that special treatment yekunzi vura inzira for Jah Prayzah. This is one theory iri kukandwa around, and
this is what I picked
everyone
up.
Is having their piece.
This is what I picked up on that, because chinoitika chacho ndechekuti vanhu vari kuchema munhu wavo handiti, emotions are already high in a situation like that. And pane vamwe vanenge vagara vatotsamwa kuti like maybe the talk yanga iripo yekunzi haana kubatsira, haana kuita chii, there was nothing that they contributed. And some people are thinking this guy sacrificed his life, or akaisa a lot of effort in trying to protect Jah as a security person or something like that. Now, when this guy comes and whether he demanded respect or did not, but a few people would have taken it that he is demanding that sort of respect. People would have taken offense, and it probably would have been maybe a handful of people. And then they start this thing, and an outbreak. So the situation can escalate very quickly in a situation that is already charged up, like a funeral atmosphere. I gotta say, saka vanhu vanokurumidza kutsamwa, vokurumidza kutenga nyaya, vanhu vanokecha mafeelings panyaya dzimwe dzitombori dzavo. And this is what I think from what
let me try and get some audio from here. Pane munhu anga ine commentary yake. Let me see if I can capture what was being said. Okay, that's the first clip. So you can actually hear
right, because you can't come nema bodyguards and try and have a grand entrance party per funeral. If that's what he did, that could have offended a few people that then started something, and then it escalated. Saka, I think if he came in with his whole crew, bodyguards trying to move him, trying to find him a seat, VIP per funeral pakadaro, it will cause problems. Because
let me try and play the first video from this. Hold on. Okay.
Yeah, pakaipa.
Varua Jah Prayzah. Celebrated Varua Jah Prayzah. And you heard the guy there clearly saying, Gudanzi, Ndiakauraya.
Yeah, I know
capturing
but then
moments. No, but we're capturing these these are people who are celebrating beating up Jah Prayzah.
Yeah.
And it's captured on video. Varutaura exactly reason why they are doing that. Varutaka chekeresa, Varundiakauraya. We heard vamwe varutaura kuti hanzi zvine basa rei.
Kuti ane basa rei. So it's inini I still maintain kuti I think masvikira aita and the way that perhaps vanhu vangofunga kuti he shouldn't even be coming here trying to act like uri VIP. And so then the whole thing escalates. But I was just laughing there at the comment that was made by
But as VIP ere, come on. As VIP ere. It's a funeral. Jah Prayzah is a well-recognizable figure. Yes, Afa Manema bodyguards. That it seems to be stating the obvious, and it.
No, but then
it's VIP.
No. You see, you're not gonna have VIP. Go on VIP. Pane pamwe panhu vanoti panapa ndozvavari kutaura zvine basa nani izvo zvine ane basa nani. So that means these people, they clearly think he's not VIP to them. So he could be VIP to you and me when he walks up into the studio. We are like, oh, Jah Prayzah, this. They probably for today thought no. On. But then
there's a lot of jealousy here, because when you hear people saying Gudanzi Ani Basarei and other demeaning words which I can't repeat, I think Majin's Gramega, I'll play the clip again. There seems to be a lot of jealousy directed at Jah Prayzah.
There's always going to be jealousy. If any successful person has sinavan vanom jealousy, so as long as you don't have people that would be hating on you, that means something. To end. But you see.
Okay, let me read a few comments and I'll try and add a few people. This is Elisha T. Jah Prayzah has no legal responsibility to cater for funeral expenses of his employee, but has a social and moral responsibility to do the same. Failure to appear early for his late employee who was holding his success ladder is immoral and inhumane. Tafadzwa Tafro Kumcheri, I think there are underlying issues that we are unaware of. There would be no reason for the mob to attack him unless Panisha Akaita, unless if this issue is linked to the last incident when he was pelted off stage. However, I would think if the guy worked for him, it would be humane to contribute something. Agreed that it's not his responsibility, but he would have lost nothing really by gesturing something towards the funeral. Gift Mawire, Zimbabweans are just getting out of hand. This is a matter of hatred for the musician And on a bigger scale, it's about the economic and political frustration. Hansi Ivan, though, is asking, is Jah Prayzah injured from this incident? We'll try and find out. Emmanuel Rujidzo Manyikwa, we Zimbabweans tonyadzisa because of this day and age. We can still blame someone over the death. How can you think like that, Kurwara? Zvikanzi Molin Nyandoro also dauchekeresa now when he is riding high asichi.
My point exactly.
Okay, Ron Aldanzi, the guy akanya heavy in late responding to his aid. Morally pakafaipapo and definitely anger's fled. He was the very first to have responded big time. James Piri, best talk to the family. Yes, we're going to do that. Na Piri James, hanzi hauna kunzwa mumwe pavideo achiti haana basa uyo. JP is not everyone's national treasure.
True.
PVG, instead of attacking Jah, the public should do that to politicians who are squandering money and destroying our economy. Misplaced attack. Yeah, man. 15 billion went missing. Magati Z. But on petty issues like this, suddenly you find your courage and you start picking up stones and beating up people.
It's not about courage, Lance. It's not about courage. I think what is happening here is it's a situational issue. Ipanu panga patori pa zvaitika panzvimbo panga pane vanhu vanga vagara vatori charged because of a death. So it's in Nini, I don't think it's, you know, people are linking it to politics, G40, this, that, but it's something that happened panzvimbo ipapo that only the people that would have been there would have seen what angered this group. It is not everyone that was attacking Jah Prayzah. It's not the whole lot that was attacking Jah Prayzah. Some of them were even trying to protect him. That means some were even trying to calm the situation down. But it's a handful of people that went out of hand and were offended. So
Piri James Gordon opens another dimension. And Jah Prayzah, Piri James Gordon is bringing in another dimension. And Jah Prayzah wanted to make a grand entrance at a funeral.
Yeah.
Honestly, people, tingati ndo zvakonzera this incident.
Izvozvo zvinokonzeresa Lance.
So how was Jah Prayzah supposed to arrive? How does someone like Jah Prayzah arrive?
You see, the fact that you're saying, how does someone like Jah Prayzah? Jah Prayzah should just arrive like everybody else.
How?
Zvinongoita munhu wese kuti kana uchisvika usviki une mamonya 7 ezvinezvi. Now you see, those guys were put to test. Kana aenda nemamonya ake ipapo, mamonya atozopinda busy manje. And if they failed to protect him, then vatadza basa anofana kudzinga mumwe basa ipapo. But the thing is, you should have just come in a normal way without all this kuda kuti ndapinda, you know, grand entrance pa funeral. Azviitiwe izvozvo. Pamwe kuno kuEngland.
Okay. We're trying this guy, we're trying him, Malvin. Hey, Malvin, I try. But Malvin, we're trying to add you shamas.
Maybe what I need to do is I need to
answer.
Try I go off, you try Malvin.
And Hanzi Lungile Madzimur, Hanzi Lance, Jah Prayzah is big to you, not everyone else.
Those are true. Those are true.
No, let's not be petty like that. You see, my issues are not that it's a jealousy, because you don't have to like Jah Prayzah to appreciate what is done. And itika sakatikada kuva nitpick kuti no is big kwauri, it doesn't matter. Even if Jah Prayzah was not famous, the business of assaulting people at funerals should not be happening. It doesn't matter whether he's famous or not. And I think maybe when we talk about Jah Prayzah being famous, we are missing the point. Even if that had been, I don't know, Thomas Jones, aenda ku funeral ikoko, no one deserves to be treated like that at a funeral. Are we agreed?
I think we're agreed on that one.
All right. Okay. Let me try and add a couple of people. This guy keeps trying. This is the last time I'm trying you, Malvin.
I think you can only add one person at a time. So what I'll do is I'll step out and then try and add Malvin.
Okay.
All right.
Iribo, Mr. Pongo. In the meantime, I will play the video again. I don't know how clearly you guys are going to be seeing the video, but I think it's important, like particularly the last one in that player, there's a lot of what was said.
Before,
so you can pick up
before
from
you play that,
so I'll play the video.
Before you play the video, let me say I've just read a comment there by my brother Sanderson Makombe. And the Lamek Agajitanga. Saga, you know that Lamek guy, and Magamuombe Ramaogo Steric Lamek. So people are now just taking it out like that. So Sanderson comes.
But can we blame Lamek for this? Can we blame Lamek for this?
Not for this particular one, but maybe he kickstarted the whole issue with and can take out their anger at funerals and say what they want and say,
I think we are stretching it. Okay, let me play this video.
All right.
Okay, guys.
I'll let you have.
Jah Prayzah was assaulted at a funeral. It shouldn't be happening. That is my point. I'll play the video. We'll hear what the people were saying. Ipapo and it. Hold on. All right. Let's hear what they are saying.
Okay.
And you know, we apologize for some of the language used in there, but you know, we're just trying to discuss this. Kuti chichi nokonzera kuti vanhu vaite so. Piri James Gordon arikurambirira nyaya yake. Hanzi grand entrance is when you bring mamonya anenge achiti kuvanhu dziurai Jah apinde.
I think that's where this is. If we really look at it, that's where it is. Because even Emerson Jokomo is saying the same thing. The security team shouldn't have asked people to make way per funeral. We are all equal and we should humble ourselves. Grandstanding in such a way, in such an emotional charged environment is only going to backfire. So a lot of people that are commenting are coming up with that same issue. Kuti, there was that grand entrance and grand entry. Kuti kana tasvika pa funeral patori emotionally charged paka zvakadaro. Just humble yourself. Ongomira kuseri kwakangomira vamwe ikoko. Ukada kuzoti dziurai tinomira uko ndiso ana ndisitiri kuti ndisina Jah. Ndo zvinozopa vanhu kuti vati ambori chiye ambori ani. That's a reaction.
Yeah, but look, nyaya dzacho dzawandisa panapa. Saka pane accusation yekuti Jah Prayzah atry kuti a grand entrance nemamonya. Pane accusation yekuti Jah Prayzah achekeresa. Pane accusation yekuti Jah Prayzah haana kucontribute. Pane accusation yekuti G40. So there are 4 theories circulating here. So which is which?
Grand entrance. That one is traction. The rest of the other ones, there's no traction in that. There's just why. zvekuti G40, I think somebody is trying to jump onto the bandwagon here and cause issues and fight battles dzeku G40 ne Lacoste using Jah Prayzah. That one to me does not actually hold any water. It's no traction to that one. The one that I actually think makes more sense is the grand entry thing. The grand entrance
okay
is the one that actually holds.
Baba Tino Mabwe vanombomadi iko security guard vana Jah Prayzah naimi zvakaoma sure. Maynard Manyoa from Kuluma, Africa. So much pettiness in Zimbabwe, it's amazing. No one respects anyone anymore. Thomas Mutangiri, depending syndrome disease has affected us, has affected our society big time. Is it the responsibility of the employer to bury an employee? Okay, let's talk about that. Is it the responsibility of an employer to bury an employee?
No, it's not. This guy was a full-grown man who was getting paid and should have put his own house in order. I said that at the beginning, and I maintain that because kubatsira kunengwa Jah Prayzah here in this instance would have been out of his own benevolence, out of his own pure heart, but is not actually an legal obligation. I mean, people will talk about that he has a moral obligation to do that, but it may be agabiso pamwa biso chemwa zvinongovisa munhu wese. Chemwa haiti zvekutarirwa kaunzi unofanira kubvisa chemwa 600 kana kuti mari. Chemwa ingori mari yandobviso yandadawo inini, kana ndikada kubvisa $10 ndini, ndikada kubvisa $100 ndini, ndo chemwa. Hapana munhu anotarirwa like a set amount kuti ndo mari yechemwa. Saka as far as Jah Prayzah is concerned, maybe akabvisawo chemwa, but vanhu vari kufunga kuti pamwe is not enough. He needed to carry the whole funeral. Remember, maybe this guy was just a guy that he employed. Maybe because you know, if you employ people, you don't employ friends. A brother of mine, a friend young, I can say, okay, I'll carry this. But if it's just an employee that I employ, and this in a connection, maybe this is a guy and I don't have to carry this funeral. I don't have to go there and say didn't just namoi as this rang.
Okay, let me read a few comments here. Some of them bordering on the mischievous. As in alungile madzimure the muridzo atuma vanhu avo lol vakomana. That's harsh. Piri James Gordon nanzi Usain Bolt akanga akabata foshoro parufu rwefriend yake achifushira one. He even carried the coffin. Jah Prayzah wanted to make a great entrance.
But tofana kupatsanura zvinhu zviripo kakuti uyu anga ari friend yaJah Prayzah rekati anga ari munhu angashanda naJah Prayzah, angashandira Jah Prayzah.
Okay, good point. Okay, Prince Onis Gumpo, Gumpo. So that's a Gumpo. And Jah was wrong for the late coming and the way he entered, but it really didn't call for such embarrassment. They should have handled it in a more mature way. But anyway, wenzagele. Francis Katsuwa. Ndakakura ndichiona mapfumo ende mutukudzi kuHighfield vaifamba vasina mamonya. Ronald, moral obligation hazvireve much other than being there. Chema is secondary. Kunde presence. How many just contribute Chema, but in any way being there? Maynard Manyoa, the big brother syndrome in Zimbabwe is a problem. No one has a moral, financial, or legal obligation to bury an employee. Clearly, what we saw today had nothing to do with morals. Sanderson Makombe, funerals are supposed to be solemn occasions, no heirs and VIP treatment. However, all these appear to be triggers only. There are underlying issues which appear not open at this stage. Maynard Manyoa again. Shona says that you never chase anyone away at a funeral. as if you intend to braai the corpse and eat the meat alone. And then Takudzwa Joey Mandea, Jah owes no one nothing. Okay, let me see if I can dismiss you, Mr. Pongo. Tombo Guti, bye bye, but stay there.
All right.
Let me try and get other people to join this discussion.
No problem. Thank you very much.
So if anyone wants me to add them, let me know. We'll do that. We have a few minutes to go before we end this broadcast. Hopefully, the many of such discussions will follow. So thank you for your time, Mr. Pongo, but don't go away. I'll call you very soon.
No problem. Thank you.
You, P.D. James Gordon Ruta or Asterek kuma comments. Chimboyaga live titao. All right, Pongo.
All right.
Hit bomb there. All right, I'm inviting Maynard.
I'm still on.
Okay. I'm trying to remove you. Waramba kuva shamas. Mr. Pongo is like Mugabe. Aruramba kuva.
Dakati je. Zakuba chigara.
Aruramba kuva sa Mugabe shamas.
So
how do I remove you here? Okay. Ndaona be kukubvisa.
How do bisi dakati je pachigaro dini. Ndakati jete zvakupa chigaro. Hauna zvaunoditi.
How do you do this? I can see the X where I'm supposed to press and remove you. But ururamba kubva shamas. Okay, guys, while we try and get rid of this man here. I can't believe what I watched today. I mean, that was horrific. So if okay. Yeah, I'm trying to remove this thing. Yeah, Pongo. Okay, finally, Abba. Okay, guys, if you want to join this discussion, let me know. Okay. Maynard, I want to add you. Piri James Gordon, did you say, Baba?
I did both, did you say?
So you've watched the video, or the videos Zabakwa Kufina ya Chris Nyamba. What do you make of it?
Yeah, I think in a grand entrance, and Jah Prayzah. But I don't blame him, I blame the media because Tazo Zivane Zokfakum Fesu Nenya Eguti media and Jah Prayzah security, Jah Prayzah's bodyguard. So I think that placed pressure upon Jah Prayzah Guti attended that funeral. Because like that guy said, that guy was not even his friend, he was just an employee. So Jah Prayzah was not under any obligation to contribute or to do anything. Yakuti G40, I think if G40 wanted him, they would attack him at his concerts. Why would they target him at a funeral when he's always in the performing around the country? They were concert disrupt my concert. So I think
it's probably maybe probably also politicization it could be my Lacoste youths are who family theory because G40. So
yeah, I think so too. Yeah, but you could use G40 G40 Jah Prayzah disrupt my shows. They wouldn't attack him at the funeral. Yekuti Mario, I'm not sure kuti pane vanhu vangaise pressure pane mumwe munhu kuti anzi contribute chete because the guy was an adult, he could take care of himself and he had a family. That's the job of the family. So maybe mashikiro aito acho angaita kuti zvizikanwe nemedia kuti no muri kuti Jah Prayzah security Jah Prayzah, so I've done something, I've attended the funeral. Because the guy's death only made news because he was working for Jah Prayzah. Nobody said he was working for Dynamos. I told you about he was working for Dynamos. So we don't even know the other security guys work for.
The media has only pointed out the obvious, because I Chandra Jah Prayzah is a bodyguard or security. I had a security at Jah Prayzah. But still, even if the media had not pointed that out, still there was a relationship between Jah Prayzah and this guy, and it.
Yeah, but what made his death news? Inyaya yekuti ashandira Jah Prayzah.
Okay.
Danga singashandira Jah Prayzah ngadai isiri nyaya yabuda
Okay.
mapepa.
PD,
And that puts
hold
pressure
on.
on an
I'm going
artist.
to play this video. I'm playing this video again, and it got video and to analyze it because I heard some shocking things in the video and we just want to dissect it. Honestly, what's behind this? So Ramba Oripo and it.
Yeah, ndiripo.
Ramba. Okay.
Ndamunzwa ari kuti ndiyakauraya. Pane vhesi ari kuti ndiyakauraya. I think those are people who are reading nyaya dzacho pa social media. Vano believe kuti Illuminati exists, of which I don't believe the Illuminati exists anymore. I think ndezongovhara vanhu. So I don't know kuti munhu ari kuti ndiyakauraya ndiye ari kuti ane basa rei pana pane basa mavhesi acho anenge akasiyanei.
Okay, but Saka pane theory. A lot of you guys were concentrating panyaya with Jah Prayzah asvika ne entourage, and people were taking exception to that and itika. But in on the back of listening to that video, this guy is making a blatant accusation. So let's look at that theory also here. Do people believe? Do people believe enough to actually make an accusation like this?
Yeah, I think I'm not believer because I was reading by media. I'm watching those are told Davido, my friends in Jah Prayzah. So I think some people still believe in that. I do not.
Okay, all right. So we have the G40 allegation. Dismiss anything is possible anyway.
It's out.
There's the allegation here. Entrance. There's allegation here. 4 theories here, and but still behavior. I just, I was very sad when I watched that video. I don't think someone like him or anyone deserves to be humiliated like that. Are there no other ways of expressing? Even was that the only way to express their disapproval?
Well, I think people are no longer respecting funerals just like South Africans because we have seen videos of South African funerals. People will be shooting guns, they'll be spinning cars. A prostitute, there'll be women dressed in miniskirts. So I think Zimbabweans are copying that culture from South Africans. Because this part but no, these days people don't fear makura. So I think it mix about
okay, there was a whole.
And times are changing.
Someone was saying, or rather suggesting, this is Lamek's fault. Lamek ndiyagatanga nyaya disrespect my funerals.
Yeah, which is true to a certain extent. vanenge vakatsama vanenge vachirwadziwa pafinas saka vanga vakuita vent their frustration
Anyway,
on Jah Prayzah.
I know. Anyway, before we let you go, any closing words, Mr. Piri?
I just think even media kana munhu afa anenge ashandira Jah Prayzah musanyore kuti Jah Prayzah security because I think that puts pressure on the artist to do something or to just appear, because it seems like he appeared on the last moments akutonovigwa munhu wacho, you know, he had to appear, but like to maizoti mive media Jah Prayzah munhu wake waimshandira akafa asi iye haana kana kumbouya, people are going to criticize him, so I think that forced him to
so but you honestly think Jah Prayzah would not have gone if media hadn't reported with the security guard wakafa?
I think so. Did Dimbare go? Where Dimbare went?
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. So we'll know later. Dimbare report. But why report like that? Anyway, good security at Jah Prayzah shy. Why not just say this guy shy?
But no, because when you are fashioning out a news headline, you know, editors tend to want a headline in order to be interested. You can imagine saying Chris Nyemba dies, and people are like, who's Chris Nyemba? The first question is, Chris Nyemba and I know it's
true, yeah. Yeah, but
so
I think it also puts pressure per artist to do something.
Well, point taken. Okay, Mr. Piri, thanks a lot for joining us. Okay, guys, I'll add a few people. Diana Ardaku join up. There we go. Adding a few people, inviting. Yeah, I know Nyaya Jah Prayzah has ongo dominator. We had said we would open it up and just talk about anything, but looks like people want to talk a lot about Jah Prayzah. Maynard, I'm trying to add you. Where are you? Maynard Manyoa. Emmanuel, right. Did you say Baba?
Yeah. Tinochengetwa makadini. Yeah, man.
Did you say?
Tiri kuchengetwa. I'm just troubled by this incidents and I own now pa Facebook. Hey, I think vanhu zvavari kuita maende zvekuti inzara mamiriro asina kunaka ezvinhu kumba. Now they take that anger now on a person who seems like ari kuzvigona. Saka I don't think with Jah Prayzah anga deserve what they did to him. Especially
so you think people are frustrated and they just wanted someone to make an example of?
It's just a matter of making history, like to try and be hero for nothing. And because if they are true heroes, or if they are really angered about the situation that is in Zimbabwe, why can't they go to the right people who are really doing big in terms of destroying our country? Why can now because the way they are doing it to Jah Prayzah, it looks like history unnecessary.
So maybe I think pane vamwe vanga vari kutry kumutsiura kuti no, don't do that, and then his response was ane basa reiko Jah Prayzah, ane basa rei.
Kura kutoti kutorwadziwa nekuti azvigonerei ini ndisina, saka therefore I would try to reduce him kusvikawo patiri isusu kuti tifanane, of which that is not. That's why urikuona kuti kuZimbabwe kubudirira kuri kunetsa. Chikonzero chiripo ndechekuti tiri kutrya kuda kuti we are pulling ourselves down kusvikira pakuti tinorwadziwa nemunhu anenge asumuka, because ukatonosa kuti vanhu vari kuba chaivo vari kuba ende tiri kuvaona vachiba, we doing nothing about it, tirongogara mudzimba dzedu. Saka kana tikange taakudaiwa unotoona kuti no, this zvonyadzisa, zvoratidza level of stupidity as Zimbabweans kuti tinofarira badzi kuita tunews kuri nonsense. Yet when there is come a situation whereby we're supposed to show our courage, we don't even show up.
Une point. I've seen a lot of anger. Kana Dynamos or Highlanders yadyiwa, 15 billion goes missing. Dololo.
Yeah, akuna kana munhu wana akamboti ini ndakuenda kwa Mugabe ndomubvunza kuti andaiwacha, how can that be happened? And still today nobody. There is that ananzi Mboko aigara muhotera uyu achibhadharwa mari yakawanda. Yet isu tifamba nenzira dzemapotholes. There is nobody akambowa necourage yekuti I will go myself kuenda ndonomubvunza. Vanongotosiya vachitaura vari mudzimba dzavo. Saka apa kurwadziwa manje nekuti uyu Jah Prayzah ari kuzvigona under a tense situation yekuZimbabwe kuti zvakaoma iye ari kuzvigona. Because ukatoona this guy munhu anofa. But manje we as Zimbabweans taka-inherita chimweya chakashata chekuti munhu wese afa aurayiwa. Munhu haazvifiri handi kufa inguva yaMwari.
Can I throw my theories arutaurwa nevanhu at you one by one uchindipa reaction yako? Some have suggested in my comments kuti Jah Prayzah akonzeresa problem because asvika nemabodyguards ada kuita a grand entrance and people took offense. What do you say to that?
Look, him as a public figure, because I believe wherever he appears with his bodyguards. So this is not like a first thing that he's doing it there just to show prestige. Atogara ndo mafambira akuita because nekuzikamwa kwakuitwa nekuti vamwe vanhu vakawanda vanongoida ma-autograph and so forth. I don't think kuti zvaitirwa kuonererwa izvo. This is how he walks. This is his normal life every day. Sakura kuti varwadziwa kuti ari kuuya nemabodyguards iye achigara nawo every day. It doesn't make sense.
Do you think kuti maybe some are concluding the fact yekuti atoya nemabodyguards means kuti he was anticipating trouble?
But ndekupi kwaakambapia asina mabodyguards? Andi anotogara nemabodyguards because nekuda kwefemu yaapo here. Andi Jah Prayzah kana akatopinda mushopu mana okay munovharwa. Because everybody wanted a piece of him just to express the love they have for him. Saka mabodyguards I don't think kuti aenda kunoonererwa. Mabodyguards iye anotozviziva kuti each time paanoappear because nekuda kwerudo rune vanhu towards him. Obviously vamwe vanenge vakutozo disrupta everything and pay attention to him. Saka I believe kuti kuenda nemabodyguards it was not intended to try and show that I'm big. He is big, so there is no need for him to show that I'm big. And the jealous people, they would try to deny the fact that he is doing it in Zimbabwe. Therefore, Jah Prayzah achamboda kuonekwa because akaonekwa kare.
Okay. And then muvideo player someone anga arutaura achiti ndiye akauraya. So parupinda nyaya people's beliefs in nyaya yekuchekeresa.
Because I grew up in Mondoro, Kwanyamweda. We have heard people talking based on my speculations. Panova munhu pese do an investigation. If everybody passed away, we as Zimbabweans or else as Africans in general, we always think that there is somebody behind the death of someone. Of course, at some certain like different incidents, there might be people who might play foul towards the death. But death sometimes is natural, irrespective of how it happens. Saka isusu savanhu takufana kuti tisvike patinokura. Izvo zvatinonzi takaenda kuchikoro takufana kunzwisisa kuti rufuka inguva. Kwete kuti rinokonzereswa nemunhu. Of course munhu anogona kuda kukonzeresa. Vangani vanorarama vachida kuurayiwa. Saka ukangoona munhu afa takufana kugamuchira kuti tinzwisise kuti surely nguva yake yanga yakwana. Harikuzi kuti afa nekuda kwanhingi. Ipopepe zviri kutoratidza kuti we are very myopic as Zimbabweans. Kana tichiri kudirect our anger towards a person instead just to pray and ask God for comfort due to the incidents that has occurred.
Do you think kuti this level of superstition is the reason why Mugabe and ZANU-PF found it easy to rule over us? Because I give an example here, some of the fake prophets that people who are calling people, we almost seem to have a naivety inoallowa kuti titongeke easily.
I think that is exactly because if you wanted to see zvatakaitwa isu samazimbabweans, we cannot unite for the common goal. In every instance, we don't like stand for something that is justice. Always there has to be somebody anenge ane mamwe mafungiro ake. Ingwane not even Mugabe akatozvinzwisisa kuti mazimbabweans kana vari mudzimba dzavo vanenge vachitaura zvavanoda, but hakuna vari courage vanokwanisa kuti vaconfront the situation voita head on nesituation. Saka mutoona that's why they are getting away with it and it's working for them. And ukatodzwa kuti izvozvizvi mangwana kana ukanzi kwada kuinvestigatwa kuti vakatema Jah Prayzah vanandanani, you'd find out vese vangoitaura vachituka zvinonyadzisira vachiti hazi chinhu, havambotode futi kuonekwa because magwara anoda kuti behind vamwe vanenge vachitaura vachisteya confusion. And ndozviri kutadza kuti tiprogress as Zimbabweans. Because if we are really courage enough, we go to face the truth and we go to face whatever that is happening. Tozvifesa tokwanisa kuti tigadzirise nyika yedu. Kwete kuti takudirecta enga kuzvinhu zvisina basa. We understand kuti kana pafiwa, yes, pafiwa tozvigamuchira because munhu afa. But story yekuti now somebody has to pay. Icho chinyakare chakasara kudhara chaiko chaiko.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. Marwa Wondo, you tried and we kept trying, and it was later Mabatika. So hope you keep joining us. I love some of the points you raised.
All right, no, thank you very much for having me. Tiri kuenjoya tiri kuno South Africa kwatakawanda.
Oh yeah, kuri say.
No, South Africa kuri nani but randira dona zvakare saka hey. I think the best way is just to go home and fight for a better Zimbabwe. Because I never know
Murkumona say Mbalula. It looks like every week Mbalula has something to say about Zimbabweans in South Africa.
Mbalula anotori nenyaya dzake because Mbalula pachake anotori nemaproblems ake. Saka obvious kana munhu kangori kuda kuti ukwanise kuwana ground unotofana kutarisa kwakare zviri kuparira kunzwikwa nevanhu because zvekuzomenshena maforeigners anoda kutotraya kugena popularity. Ada kutotraya kuda kuti anzwikwe because obviously paanongomenshena kuti ma-foreign nationals, there are people who have got hatred towards ma-foreigners because ma-foreigners, some of them vari kuita mabasa akanaka and vamwe vacho they are hard working. Saka local people now vanenge vari kufira like kuintimidate, but we don't even think about Mbalula because it's old news.
Okay. Thank you for joining us, Guma. Hope you join us next time when we have this show.
Thank you very much. All right, TJ.
Okay, guys. So we're talking about the assault on Jah Prayzah today. Sad day. I didn't think I would see a Zimbabwean musician being subjected to treatment yakadaro. That was a first, and it shocked me. You know what? Let me just talk to my friends and a few people that we interact with here. Tinswe, my thoughts. Let me try and get a few. Maynard. Okay, Maynard Manyoa from Kuluma, Africa. I'm trying to aid you, bro. Kuluma, Africa in the building. Did he say?
Good evening, Guma. How are you?
I'm okay. What did you make of what happened today?
I think it's unfortunate. I think it's sad. And I say that because I've read and heard several attempted justifications for the violence that was used, but none of those justifications even come close to meriting such kind of action. I think I said earlier in my comments, kushona, I might be young, but kubva tichikura, shona inoti akuna nodzingwa pamariro. Nyangwe akavariri benzi, nyangwe muroi wemunharaunda aitozikanwa anobatwa natsika mutanda kunzi uyo anoroya anombobatwa akashama akasvika panhamo anongopiwa cheo opiwa chikafu osiwa akadaro. That's what Shona says. Shona says hatidzinge vanhu pamariro because pamariro hapagochwe zvitunha mukoma zvekuti mungazoti aiwa ibva panapa toda kuita sei toda kudya nyama tega. But perhaps what would have been more concerning was there seems to be, and deliberate hostility towards Jah Prayzah, which seems to it's not justified. I think at Yava Pakutan's our name bodyguards. He's a public figure. He's a popular figure. Agafamba Egamurodum. People will swam him. We've seen previously with when Magai went kuna first street paper, because of vandalism or Wagaluta. When people of prominence generally move around, Agafamba Gasna security detail. He can be mobbed and he can be swarmed. That's totally normal. And kutumuna anzanga zotema nezvidina because anzwa wire nema munya pamariro. That doesn't balance up. And especially some of those statements now being uttered. It seems as if the issue is to do with his perceived status more than anything else. Because it could have...
So this whole thing was driven by jealousy, you think?
I think so. Because I can't think of anything else. Because if it was a case, they could have simply said, but it's quite popular. And if when you hang around Masekos and Zim, people generally love to throw words like that around. You get it everywhere you go. You either get people on the other side who say, or on the other side you get people who say, which in this case it wouldn't have been anything relevant, because whatever you would have done wrong, I think they could have been several other platforms to try and address it, because I think they've let down.
And it also seems to that guy. I mean, we'll play the video one more time. He seemed to be responding to someone who was rebuking him, because Kwandiri, it suggests that someone was saying with Jah Prayzah, or something to the effect, show a little bit of respect, and then we was like, Anibasare.
Yeah, it certainly sounds like, but maybe drifting away from that incident, there's this tendency among us Zimbabweans, which sometimes I find to be a bit concerning. The amount of people celebrating on my social media alone, on my Facebook and on Twitter, it's absolutely shocking how people, are finding excitement. I just say, and the unfortunate thing is, today in the Jah Prayzah, I can't watch it dinner. Kuswera mangwana, my youth ezano anenga okandira my youth MDC dinner. The next day is mapurisa arukanda matiega sachiroa nema baton stick. It seems as if people love to celebrate violence only when it is used against perceived opponents or people that they don't like.
People they don't like.
Exactly. It becomes an issue directed to them, of which that's not how it should work, because lawlessness is lawlessness. You cannot be allowed to regardless. No one deserves to because that's a deadly weapon and you can kill someone. But people seem to be celebrated. I think for some reason the fall of a public figure or the fall of a person in Zimbabwe seems to tickle everybody's fancy. Whenever somebody does something either abatikidzwa or aitirwa chakati it was kind of people seem to jump and swim, and they love that drama. I think I've heard certain people call it a pull him down syndrome. I wouldn't call it that exactly, but I think ingori excitement about things which kind of that's what tended to the next day and used against us, it becomes extremely sad.
Okay, so Peter circulates different theories here, Maynard.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw them at you one by one. Video pane munhu ari kuaccusa Jah Prayzah achiti akachekeresa. What do you think of that whole theory yekuchekeresa?
I think it's hogwash, to be honest. I think it's
hogwash.
I don't even think it's something which should even anyone should pay particular attention to. I think if someone went to school and studied basic science and understands what if traveling at speed and you come to a sudden halt, that impact can kill a human being. To then say we are going to check this out, so come on. I think people are fetching for theories here.
But Takazuona, the whole thing had Davido, when Davido's friend died.
Yeah.
The whole thing, you kind of saw, even with Nigeria, that whole thing is there. Could they try and explain wealth? Yeah, some of these artists, Illuminati, sacrifice and things like that.
They do that. I think I'm not sure how clear it was, but at some point, I think P Square, at the height of their success, were accused of killing their mother or their uncle, something like that. similarly, that's where the fame is coming from. We get that a lot in Africa, and sadly, superstitions never build anyone. If anything, superstitions actually destroy, because people stop progressing forward and instead chase after silly things. Pane kuti tinge tichi devise how to come up with our own satellites for Africa, how to come up with ways of speeding up our internet, of gaining from the technology revolution. We instead want to spend most of the time tichidzingira nemapostori tichida kuziva kuti alright, can I get ndinogona kuwana mari inongobva mumhepo here, can I do this and that? And like, superstitions don't build us. If anything at all, superstitions in Africa, they slow us down, because in the end we don't gain anything, we are so
okay. One more question. Nyaye kunzi ada kuita great entrance. There are some saying kuti akanganisa because atry kusvika nema bodyguards, and some took offense kuti urida kuita grand entrance. Do you give any oxygen to that?
No, I don't. I think if at all that was used as the reason, it would be more like your Sarajevo incident, which is the spark that starts the World War, but it's not even one of the causes. Because that is something which, if people had taken offense, would have been a very small. Pamariro pane a master of ceremonies, pamariro pane an organizer. Someone could have simply just walked to the organizer and said, and it would have been easily sorted. If at all that became one of the reasons, then inenge yango shandiswa zvayo as a cover. The reason that was I can't
as a cover.
Yeah, inenge shandiswa as a cover, because munhu anganzi anzi ngaro mariro achirohwa because anzi aya nemamonya. That's a bit much.
Okay, let me read a few comments, Maynard, if you will allow. Jethro Nyanjoa, and grand entrance or no grand entrance, albeit wrong, does not give people a right to take the law into their own hands. Peter Makoto say, Murise Baba, and Makoto say, violence in any form and shape is not condoned. Is not condoned. Who is a VIP Parufu? Other people over Firwa. It seems the coffin was already being lowered, and the question is, where was the commander pakuvigwa kwesoja rake? Tafadzwa Msekiwa, the attack had nothing to do with ZANU-PF factional fights. There were some rogue elements. Chete. Brilliant Pongo. True, G40 and Lacoste should not use this as a tool for their battles. If it did not work for Jah, it would not have been used. And if it did not work for Jah, it would not have been used. That's true. Manje nda kutiza mkoma lo. Okay, that's Maynard. And in Benjamin Sancho Chimsoro Ngube, I disagree with the guy who is saying Zimbabweans are copying South Africans' identity. Okay, we'll try and get you to talk about this. Malvin Tamani, this issue is a social and economic issue, plus Jah does not seem to understand his power and influence and should not be walking into the public like this. I've just got a notification Manchester United just missed a penalty. In other news. Your toys upper side. As people are dying on a daily basis and we do not get to know about them, and there is never any pressure from their employers to attend or fund their funerals. To hit the nail on the head, the only two plausible theories are jealousy bedeviling the masses as a consequence of the appalling state of the economy, and ZANU-PF factional fights at play because of his new video and alleged links to Lacoste. Yeah, his two albums, Darata Uya and Kutonga Kwaro, which some are now spinning rather unfortunately to saying Kurowa Kwaro or whatever. Do you think Kuti that has contributed? Has it helped? Do you think there are some in ZANU-PF who actually believe Kuti Jah Prayzah supports Mnangagwa?
I think so. I think certainly when you look at what happened at the rally in Gweru, the Midlands rally, Kudai Chipanga raised quite a storm, because when Mnangagwa entered, the DJ played Mdaracha Uya, and I think he even went to pains to say Mnangagwa haasi Mudhara ndibaba Mnini, and Mudhara achauya should only be played for President Mugabe. So I think that theory seems to sort of hold a bit of water. Could Jah Prayzah perhaps supports the Lacoste faction or is sympathetic to it? It might not be the case, but it looks like people believe it. And what he says at any given particular point, it's praise from Mnangagwa. In fact, his song says Tonga Kwaro Gamba. But I think on the night it was released, because that's what I was reading on my timeline the whole time. So people seem to generally believe. I've heard people say that they were thugs, Chagwa na Shadimasha Mombe and Innocent Hamandishe and the like. But it's a theory which has got absolutely no evidence. And I don't see exactly what they would have gained by sending thugs to go and disrupt the funeral, especially disrupt it for an agenda. My youths at G40 have come out before and attacked. There's one Anonzi Mnyaradzi Shoko. He leads a phantom organization called Children's of War Veterans of Zimbabwe, COSO, or something like that, which claims to be an affiliate of ZANU-PF. He wrote an open letter not long ago warning Jah Prayzah, saying don't meddle in factional politics.
Yeah, we saw that one.
So definitely the youth within ZANU-PF setup believe there is a factional agenda. My youth at G40 definitely are hostile towards Jah Prayzah because they feel he supports Mnangagwa. That is the reality on the ground. But whether or not they would have sent Mamonya to go and disrupt the funeral, it remains to be seen. We could tell from the videos that this was planned. It's not something that happened spontaneously. So that sort of also gives a bit of credence that claimed, but this was planned. It was clearly we want to take him to task. But like I said, the only question which would then arise then is what would they benefit, because it's not like it would be a direct warning. It's like if, for example, someone does not want you to cover something on the radio, and then they choose instead to go and warn you about a hailstorm that is coming towards your house, they don't necessarily achieve the goal. They would rather deliver their warning in ways which you understand. This warning is based on the fact that they don't want you to continue a particular specific action. So that one, I don't. It sounds a bit
okay. Maynard Manyoa from Kuluma Africa is the editor of Kuluma Africa. Plug your website. What do you do at Kuluma Africa?
Well, we're a center for political analysis, social commentary, and investigative journalism. We try and provide political reporting. We try and unearth and uncover, my little stories from in and around Zimbabwe, around corruption, around politics, around the leadership in the country. And also we give running commentary and analysis all the time.
Okay. Thank you for joining us. I hope you come next time when we have this show.
Definitely. I'll definitely come. It's been a pleasure.
All right.
All right, come. Take care.
Okay, guys. I'm going to invite a few more people to talk about this shocking development, the assault on Jah Prayzah. I'll play the video one more time. I'm going to invite a couple of more people before we wind down, but I'll play the video one more time. Listen carefully. We'll talk about some of the things Dirimo video. So one more time. Oh. So yeah, that was the funeral of Chris Nyemba, former security detail Jah Prayzah. So Jah Prayzah apparently tried to attend the funeral, and that's what happened. So we're just talking about this. We were meant to discuss several other issues, but yeah, I think people are quite passionate about this one. So I'll take a few more people who Ronald, inviting. Right, Ronald, deep state. How you doing, man?
Right, man.
All right, Urugubi, where are you?
I'm in Sheffield.
Oh, Sheffield,
Yeah.
United Kingdom.
Dirimo.
Eh, maiona ose nyaya hiyo.
Right. Kutanga nyaya kai moza titange nechinhu one. Vanhu vangataura kuti bodyguards and whatever and whichever. That's not wrong. He's right to have his bodyguards. As masvikire aunoita panzvimbo imwe naimwe. Kumalines, I know you listen to Oliver Mtukudze a lot. Ane song rukanganwa zita rayo, I'm trying to remember it. Inoti kwaunofamba dzidza mutemo weko. Andimazviona. Saka masvikire aita, I wouldn't want to say anonoka and what not. Masvikire aita Jah Prayzah kurufuku. That really puts up a burden kwaari wacho. Because there was a lot that was expected of him, definitely, which is not obliged to do. Socially and morally, he was supposed to play a part, but it is not something that he must do. So now, kana vanhu vakuti auchekeresa, vakublema G40, Lacoste, and whatever. That's a nanity. Masvikira aita panzvimbo iyoyo. Sakei munhu watiri kudzoka achitaura kuti haana basa ari kudai, haana nebasa ari kubuda pavidhio. Munhu ari kubuda pavidhio ari kuramba achidzokorodza kuti ane basa rei, because masvikire awaita and the reverence yaunodai wawana kana kuti yawapiwa by some of the few people. Hazvinei nevanhu vashaikirwa. Vanhu vashaikirwa vari kuchema munhu wavo. Pada vari kutorwadziwa newe kuti wada utachifungidzira kuti uchange uripo. Zvinova zvinhu zvisingafaniri zvakadaro.
What about nyaya yekuti hanzi ndi, I mean, you're focusing on the entrance, but mu video this guy was also saying kuti ndiye akauraya. Do you think kuti prior to Jah Prayzah arriving, pambagara paine grumblings of discontent from people making those allegations?
Amoza ndikakudza ichokwadi pandatanga nanzwe nyaya imoza munhu wandatanga kufunga ndiani? Make a guess. Davido. Ane nyaya yake
Davido.
Ane nyaya yake iri kubva kutsviriridza izvezvi handiti. Saka panyaya iyo it would link, but let's leave that one out. Zvekuti vanhu vanotaura parufu izvezvi tinozviziva. Sakei muchinyakare muchishona chaizvo chaizvo. I might be young, but shona toiziva kuti auya kuchando, but shona tiri vashona. Vanhu vainzi vanhu vanofamba, is it a day after? Kunonzi vanhu ngavadini? Vanhu vafamba, vamukira vafamba. Handiti? Inyaya yekuti vanhu vane zvavaifungira. People will always have something to say. People always have something to say about it. Saka,
what about element jealousy that was being alluded to? When people are going through my trying economic times, and then they see this successful artist who's probably arrived there with a flashy car and bodyguards. A lot of the venting there has to do with that.
That's a major precipitating factor. Yokuti wazowedzeredza something else. Pamusoro pezvarema kudhara, you put something else. Of course, people are going to be jealous. Wasvika parufu rungani kuti chidzinzwa nyaya dzinobuda mumarufu tazosvika nezimota rakatanga chida kushamisira nemota yake and what not. Vanhu vanotaura. So that's why I'm saying kuti his material side might have mattered a lot. but chikuru ndechekuti vasvika sei kana vanga vapaka mota dzavo uku vasvika vachipindawo apa pamusoro then vaigona kusvika zvakanaka. But one anonoka kusvika, who knows, pada akambotaura nevamwe mashure kana kuti pane dzimwe nyaya dzanga dzirimo ngatichidzoka ipapo pane nyaya dzatisiri kuziva. And the best thing that we can have isuwe kuda nyaya maningi is to have an audience naiye Jah Prayzah wacho kuti ambotaura kuti varumeka inini ndakadai tanga chizivana zvakadai hatina zvakazvichitinetsa kana kuti vari mudhuze. Remember pakabuda nyaya yagonyeti handiti tibate nyaya pakabuda nyaya yagonyeti hatina kuzonzwa kuti nyaya yakanyatsokupera sei, but pakashanda mari, we can admit handiti. So he would have played his game zvakanaka ipapawo pakusvika parufu achiziva kuti ndanonoka. Vanhu vanga vachitaura kuti pada you might have mentioned it kuti he was just an employee, Chris was just an employee. Very true. But also on the same hand, let's note this was a close employee. It's not just an accountant at the office. It's a close employee angaripo kuti whatever zvanga zvichiitika na Jah Prayzah ndiye angari the first hand to stop all harm yanga ichazoda kuuya kwaari. So virtually those people were close, you know.
Okay, let me take a few more comments here.
Yep.
Don't go.
Yep.
I know toda kuenda kubasa but imbomira. Hanzi mutukudzi hanzi na Andrew taona Dube ari kubvunza hanzi mutukudzi anoendawo here panhamo nemabodyguards. P.D. James Gordon, why attend the funeral at the last minute anyway, as if he was out of the country? What does that mean? Faith Rutende Chuma, hanzi ini Jah handina kana shungu naye, but gafa rikabatwa ngezvandipira. Benjamin Sacho Chimsoro, hanzi going to Mugabe's place. We'll calling for another Marikana massacre. Okay, I will respond to a previous discussion. And my father ahead, this is you now.
Yes.
Comment
right.
Wangwati, my father ahead in some place lost. So talk about that.
Right.
Talk about that.
Some time back. My father is somehow an office yake anoshanda nayo. So at one point I was under him, and one of the subordinates, one of the guys Vangavari, one of them agashaya. So definitely had to call a meeting earlier to make an official announcement. One of the colleagues has passed on, and it was raining. And just to show a bit of respect, it wasn't raining that much, umbrella, but just to show a bit of respect and the somber moment, he closed his umbrella and he stood on Vagataura just to give the message across. That alone, there's times when you can show whatever you have, you can be whoever you have, but stoop so low at some point. It's not like you're going cheap. You're not going cheap, but going low just to be within the people. Mazon. So, even the situation in Ripoche at the moment, Jah Prayzah wanted to be at a level. Yake kutindashika ndini Jah Prayzah, ndini JP. Excuse me, this was no need for a JP issue. This was a Mukudzei thing. Yekutushika uriwe munu. Wakakwana uri zvauri and say, guys, dauya unochema mwe wangu. So it's a point that was missed, of course, but ngatire mekedzei rufu zvaruri. Parufu panorohwa munhu. Zvekuda kutaura zvisina basa ngatimbonyeperana. Parufu panorohwa munhu. Usasvika uchiita zvisina basa because pane vari kurwadziwa zvakapfurikidza. And they might let their angers on you. It's wrong, definitely. But those things happen, and I have heard stories. Yalamek is just nothing. I've heard stories, I've seen stories. So wherever you go, whatever you do, know where you're going. Kandikasvika nemamonya angu vasasundidzira vanhu kusaidi nokuti vanhu vausvika varipo ivo ndo varidzive nzvimbo. Stoop so low, they will lift you up, vachakupa platform kana even kukupa kuti shamwari chitibatsirawo umbotinyaradzawo kana iye IP waitozi chitotimbirawo mujaro wedu aende zvakanaka. But he fails that.
But look, final question before you go, because I need to bring in other people.
Yeah.
Hanzi, someone is saying Hanzi, Caroline Chifamba Zimano is actually saying that this incident is actually proof that he needs bodyguards, even a bulletproof vehicle. So you guys are attacking him for bringing him a bodyguard, but I think Caroline has a good point with it. Actually, this shows that he needs my bodyguards.
No. I'm absolutely for the bodyguards, because even this guy with Kuluma, he has said it. You need bodyguards. You have become a public figure. But it's how those bodyguards are going to be maneuvering around one. That's why I'm saying stoop a bit low, because tichakusimudza ndisu tiripoti vanhu vepane munhu wedu adasvika panapa regai timupfudze, then we pass you through. Then if you ukasvika uchida kupusha ka, then you're starting something else chausingazokwanise kukurira. So to be honest,
okay, let me add some more people.
All right.
Let me add some more people. Ronald, thank you so much. And I know what tried the whole night, man. We appreciate the love, eh?
Next time. Down to London.
Saka urushanda what time to what time?
Ndinotanga na ndofana ngenda kutusvika kubasa izvi. Ndotanga na
ndosungwa wanga rutaura na Lance pa Facebook.
Aiwa, obviously. Tingazorasike. Right, keep
well. Bomb, Dana. Thanks a lot.
Keep well, bye.
Thanks, guys. Okay, who wants to join me? We're talking about the incident here, Jah Prayzah. Benjamin in South Africa, who wants to join? Where are you, Tony, guys? Who wants to join? Okay, I'm trying to see who I can add. Okay, Nash, Madzima, let's do this. Inviting. Hey, we're talking about Jah Prayzah, the incident at the funeral, Chris Nyemba, and what happened. Anzina Benjamin Sancho Chimsoro, Lance, what about the attendance? Yadewa, Kubohera Pae Parufura. Susan, that's Susan Trangirai. Right, Nash, did you say?
Mushe.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes, I've been following it.
And what do you make of what happened?
This has ZANU-PF fingerprints all over it. I was following.
Why do you say so?
Okay, when Jah Prayzah did his launch for the latest Tonga Kwaro, the Herald, which is a mouthpiece for the state, gave a very watered down review. That's number one. Number two, ever since, and then Joyce Mjuru jammed on the bandwagon, riding on the wave of the success of the launch, dancing to the songs. That did not go well. That did not go down well with ZANU-PF. And culminating into today's events, some youths were there as well, ZANU-PF youths, obviously. And what I can say is, they had this guy had left his job apparently. So he was bitter from what I hear. ZANU-PF is bitter. So they became friends with a common enemy. However, I have to be critical of Jah Prayzah. When you go into the community, you have to stoop low, like the other guy said. Unenge watosvika usisina zita rekuti Jah Prayzah, you become mukudze. You don't need bodyguards. Yes, they might go ahead of you. You walk carefully around, but nothing will ever happen at a funeral. And why arrive?
No, but point here is one Caroline. Caroline, I would say this incident actually shows why he needs bodyguards. Don't you agree with that point?
Well, in hindsight, yes, but just before the incident happened,
This guy is not arriving at a show. You need to be with the people from the time they come from home, travel with the people all the way to the cemetery. Don't let the people gather. This is not a show. You are not going to a concert where showgoers arrive and anticipate, and you make a grand entrance. That's a major blunder. This is where PR guys come in. There's a huge gap to fill in. He needs advisors. That's all I can say.
Okay.
I don't want to overstate.
Okay. Thank you for your comment, Mkoma. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you. Cheers.
Okay. There's a guy who's been trying to Thomas Mutangiri. Urugubi. Thomas Mutangiri, I'm trying to add you. Thomas Mutangiri. Okay, I'm inviting Chimsoro in South Africa. Thomas Mutangiri, and yeah, I'm trying to add you, but Ndrukushaya. Right, Benjamin Sancho Chimsoro, did you say?
Ziribo mkoma wangu magadiko mkoma lands.
Chimbo's introduce a commentary. I want people to hear what a good football commentator you are. Saga Chimboita like intro vanzi kuti Sancho anoita sei.
Anzi kuri kuhafye vakomana vemakepe kukadziva kustendi yeSoweto rofaro vanoiti Vietnam richimanyurana Joe Jubilee Shambo the headmaster achida chidobi chimba zvakundikana kureva kuti Paris zvino 1-0 1-0 vakomana makepe ndo vari kutungamira. Okay mkubalanzi.
Zviri sei Sancho?
Aiwa ndiri bostereki mkoma kudafara kuVenem.
Andichika, totenda Facebook inobatanidza vanhu. Quick thoughts panyai.
Sezvo ndiri kufunga kuti vanga vachishanda vese. I think Jah Prayzah could have gone kumba kweemployee yake abva zvese vachifamba vese pamwe chete angosvika. I don't think kuti vanhu vaizoona kuti asvika at this particular moment my bodyguards and whatsoever. Daangobva kumba nevamwe vake. Like, for example, I remember that time when Sem Tukudzi passed on. I remember Nasulu, Nana Machesu, Vese, they came from Norton, Kushikavashika Warren Hills Cemetery. So even at that time when Tongai Moyo died as well, I remember everyone was there ku Mbizo Stadium, Masasa Park, Kushikavashika Kumusha, and whatsoever. There was no one who came Munakuto iskwa Muguva, you understand? Ipapo, I think, Arasikawa apo ne apo mkomana. Asi tinokwasa kunge timu regera nokuti anenga ngo zvangu sangana nawo naye, but haana kunyatsokwasa kuwana advice right. But kana munhu yanga ari mushandi wake zvemashuwa angachifara kunge abva naye kumba atoitawo board viewing nevamwe abva nevamwe pamwe chete.
Okay, saka problem is kuti pari kuita kunga paita an attempt yekuita a grand entrance rather than kuti ingadai anga abvawo nevamwe angoratidza kuti he was there all along rather than kuuya late. So kuuya late kwaita trigger. This is essentially what you are saying, kuti you are not trying to be fashionably late.
Yes, definitely. Because kunonoka kusvika, I don't know, because munhu haana kushaika nhasi amba avigwa same day. Is not a Muslim kuti anobva afa makusena anobva avigwa manheru zvokuti anga asipo. Munhu akashaika musi like on Saturday, I think, if I'm correct. So I think Jah could have just come with the entourage, my family members and whatsoever. So anga ari employer way this other guy ashaika.
Okay, Sancho. Ndikuda kuti